fear. Oh my gosh. Who's got stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight on the road we watched.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the 2025 graduation ceremony. My name is Dr. Kevin Trudna, and I have the honor of serving as Senate President for Feather River College. It's my privilege to introduce today's platform party. Starting on my right to your left, Ms. Abby Marshall, member of the Board of Trustees. Dr. Dana Ware, member of the Board of Trustees. John Shee, Vice President. And Mr. Guy McNett, President of the Board of Trustees. Moving to my left, your right, Mr. Conrad Gooley, our faculty speaker. Dr. Will Lombardi, a faculty member who has this important job today because he reads the names. Ms. Orion Liggett, speaker. Morgan Turner, our Vice President of Student Services. Dr. Carly McCarthy, our Vice President of Student Services. And Dr. Derek Lurch, our Vice President of Instruction. Today's a day of celebration. Feather River College has a lot to celebrate this year. 121 students qualified for Phi Theta Kappa, including 41 rising scholarships, scholars who are in the Incarcerated Students Program. The volleyball team won the Golden Valley Conference Championship, producing the conference and state most valuable player multiple conference awards. Men's soccer team also won the Golden Valley Conference, 8 all-conference All-Americans, 1 All-American, and 1 scholar. Women's soccer made the playoffs, 4 All-Conference, Defensive Player of the Year, and Scholar All-American. She's not a graduate. One of our faculty, Stacy Savilich, won the Adjunct Faculty Statewide Award for the Hayward Award for Excellence in Teaching throughout the Chancellor's Office. Baseball coach Terry Baumgartner earned his 500th victory as the skipper of the Golden Eagles. En route to the baseball team winning the Golden Valley Conference Championship and MVP awards and 7 all-conference selections. 6 football players earned all-conference honors. Both the court and the beach volleyball team earned Scholar Athletic recognition as having the highest GPA in the state. Our environmental science won the inaugural California Forest Quiz Ball. A PTK student was runner-up for the Phi Theta Kappa Poet Laureate competition. We have a welding student who advanced to the National Welding Competition at Ferris State University of Michigan this summer. Beach volleyball swept the Golden Valley Conference with teams and pairs champions. Softball earned a playoff spot, 4 were academic all-state, 1 conference MVP, and 9 all-conference selections. Our LVN nursing program earned a 100% pass rate on the state nursing board exams. We started our junior level classes in our second bachelor's degree, this one in environmental science. And we have a biology student, I saw him out there, Trent, who Trent? He was chosen for the National Science Foundation Research Experience for undergraduates in New York this summer. I feel like that's everything, but I also feel like I'm missing something. Our volleyball sophomores who've been here for 2 years leave with hardware from 4 separate state Final Four appearances, 4 league championships, not 1, but 2 state championships. Congratulations to the volleyball team and everybody for all their accomplishments at FRC. This is a year of success for our graduates, and we proudly celebrate all their accomplishments. Every year I like to take a picture of how the world has changed since our graduates started. Most graduates in the year they were born, the world has changed greatly. The year most of our graduates were born, or approximately, NASA landed its first ever rover on Mars. Mark Zuckerberg started this little website called Facebook. TV show Friends aired its final episode. The expression life hack was first used. The Outkast album featuring Hey Ya won the Grammy. And we all learned to sing Yeah, Yeah, Yeah. Yeah, Yeah, Yeah by Usher featuring Little John and Ludacris. Don't make me sing it. Watch out, my outfit's so ridiculous. I look so conspicuous. I'll stop there. And now, I also want to congratulate one student tonight who just earned her doctorate on Monday. And is also a 2025 graduate. Please join me in congratulating Dr. Carly McCarthy. And now some specifics about our FRC graduates. We're conferring degrees to 202 people who earned 10 bachelor's degrees tonight, 187 associate degrees, and 139 certificates overall. If you do the math, there are 106 people who earned 1 degree or certificate, 71 people earning 2 degrees or certificates, 13 people are earning 3 degrees or certificates today, 6 people are earning 4 degrees, and there are 5 people who worked very hard because they're earning 5 degrees and certificates tonight. Give them a hand. graduates, feel free to scream out if this is you. 164 graduates come from throughout California. Nevada is second with 15 graduates, followed by Idaho with 2. Alaska, Utah, Michigan, Arizona, Hawaii, and Oregon have 1 graduate each. Internationally, we have 11 graduates from the United Kingdom, Australia, Germany, Norway, South Africa, and Switzerland. And FRC proudly honors 63 graduates today from the Incarcerated Students Program. These are students who have chosen to improve their lives through education while they're incarcerated. When they graduate, they have a welcome. When they get paroled, they have a welcome to walk across the stage at any time. We are live streaming tonight, and we know we have 1 graduate, so we get to that point. I'd like us all to recognize that special person who's watching and a graduate with all of you. Overall, there are 9 female graduates and 101 male graduates. Our most popular degree with 45 people is the Associate of Arts for Social and Behavioral Sciences. In second place with 42 is the Associate of Arts for Transfer and Sociology. In third is Agriculture with 16 degrees. Our most popular certificate today with 49% of all the certificates is the SU Breadth with 69 students. Small Business Management is the second most popular certificate with 16 graduates. And a certificate in Econ is the third with 11 graduates. Finally, the youngest graduate is 19 years old, and our oldest graduate is 74 years young. There's something I forgot to do, so smile, look nice. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the 25 class from Feather River College. It's my pleasure to bring up Dr. Will Lombardi.
Hey folks, welcome to the family and friends of Feather River College class of 2020. I'm proud of all of you who are graduating today. I'm proud of your work and dedication toward the degree that's about to be conferred upon you. And I'm sure your time here has sometimes seemed monotonous, maybe endless, but I think on this day it might all feel too short as well. I'm here an alumnus award to my former student, Orion Liggett. She was an English major who graduated in 2019, and her progress has been near and dear to my heart. I've spent much of this week reviewing memoirs made by my students in my critical thinking class, and they put me in mind of one of the authors that we read this semester, who says, in order to flourish, we need a cacophony of troubled stories. And what she means to me is simple. To succeed, we need each other. To succeed, we need compassion on another. And to understand compassion, we need to listen to each other. In many ways, this year's outstanding alumnus, Orion, embodies this idea. Like so many of us, she's encountered tremendous obstacles. Like so many of us, she's chosen to persevere. Orion was chosen for today's honor in large part for the troubled story of perseverance that she adds to the larger story of Feather River. But more importantly, what makes Orion so outstanding is what she's chosen to do with that story. She's listening, and in so doing, she's giving back. Since graduating, she's earned her bachelor's degree, her master's degree, and now she's working towards her PhD in English at the University of Nevada, Reno, where she was awarded the prestigious Dean's Fellowship. I'll let her tell her own story, but since I've known her, she's emerged from being unhoused. She's raising 2 boys. She's commuted for classes to Chico and to Reno. And I'm proud to say that along the way, she's gone from being my student to being my colleague. Orion taught an incarcerated students program this last summer for Feather River College. Her research, her writing, and her teaching energies have all been channeled into documenting and supporting people like her who began at the margins, who need second and third chances. And what I'm telling you are that her aims are activist in nature. She strives for compassion. Her work intends to explore how we might all find ways to flourish. Plainly, she's driven. She doesn't stop, and she's working for the larger good. I think she's a model for what it means to be outstanding. She's a model of self-determination, generosity, of humility, and of care. I'm especially honored to introduce this year's FRC Outstanding Alumnus, my former student, Orion Liggett. Please join me in congratulating her.
Thank you, Dr. Marty, and happy birthday, by the way. I'm so honored to be here today. It feels surreal that it was only 6 years ago that I walked across this stage myself. It was a profoundly pivotal moment for me. Commencement, of course, means a ceremony in which degrees are conferred. But commencement also means a beginning or a start. That day was, in fact, for me, the dawn of a new life. The first step in a transformational journey of self-discovery, academic achievement, and the fulfillment of lifelong dreams. When I first came to FRC, I was the exaggerated model of a non-traditional and precarious student. I arrived in Quincy 8 years after dropping out of high school and running away from an unsafe home. From 2008 to 2016, I was mostly homeless, hitchhiking around the country and riding trains. In 2016, after an especially traumatic experience, I was desperate to get off the road, to find safety, to have hope for the future. And so, naturally, I Googled community colleges in California in the woods. And that's how I found Quincy and Feather River College. I had never been here before, I'd never heard of the town. It was truly kismet. I vividly remember hitchhiking into town from Chico and walking up this hill for the first time, dirty, dreadlocked, tattooed, carrying everything that I owned, and my travel companion, Nana the wolf dog, walking beside me. I felt like I could never belong here. I felt like I was chasing a pipe dream. And as I walked up that hill the first day, I passed sign after sign that proclaimed, "No dogs allowed." So actually, literally, I did not belong there in that moment. But I ignored the signs and I kept climbing. Well, I successfully registered for classes, and then the very next day, I found out I was pregnant. So in many ways, I've continued to ignore the signs. Everything that said I do not belong here or that I would not succeed, and I've kept climbing. And I hope you all do the same here today. You can do it. You belong here. And I share this part of my story because even though I started with nothing, FRC became for me a place of true commencement, a place of belonging, of becoming, and of possibility. Despite all of those obstacles, I was on an honor roll every semester here. I won the English Department Award. I got the State Department or Assembly Award. Then I transferred to Chico State, where I got my bachelor's degree and graduated magna cum laude. Next, I got my master's degree with the title Outstanding MA Student, and now I'm pursuing my PhD in literature at UNR. And starting my program, I was hired here at FRC as a faculty member in the incarcerated student program. So to be standing here now, not only with all of those achievements behind me, but as FRC faculty and an honoree is a truly full circle moment. And I hope the same goes for all of you as you sit here on the precipice of your exciting new journey. My story may be an extreme example, but the fact is that at community colleges, all walks of life come together. No matter your background, everyone's driven by the desire to grow both intellectually and personally. From the international athletes, to the Quincy youth straight out of high school, to those who are still in high school and co-enrolled here at FRC, to those who were in high school 30 or 40 years ago, to the single parents, to those living below the poverty line, to those suffering from mental health issues or illness, or those who, like me, did not think you could succeed, you all still showed up. Statistically, yes. Statistically, every single person in academia will face a major hardship in the course of their education. And yet you all have the resolution to follow through, and you made it here. It may seem like a small step, but I promise you it is a significant step. Not only have you successfully unlocked the doors to a wealth of opportunities, but you have proven that you are resilient, diligent, and immensely capable. You have risen above every self-defeating thought and every challenge, and you do belong here. Draw strength from what you've gained, because the truth is you will face hardship again, but the strength to get here is the same strength that will carry you forward. No dream is too distant, no past is too broken, and no path is too winding. You are worthy of the life that you envision, and anything is possible. So go forward boldly. Trust your voice, trust your journey, and one day, I hope you'll return to this hill, whether in body or in spirit, and smile at the person you were when all began. Congratulations, graduates. I'm so proud of you. Thank you.
Okay, it's my job every year to introduce the faculty speaker, and it's a job I look forward to. And I'm about to do that in a minute, but it strikes me while I'm up here looking around the room that I just can't help but say quickly that although Conrad is the faculty speaker that we get to hear from tonight, he's one voice among all the people who work here that make this college tick. And it takes a lot of us. And I think that for those of you who are graduating and those of you who supported the graduates and followed their experience, that you know that this community that Orion just described is a special place. And I know that all the employees, Conrad, and all the people who won't get to take this microphone tonight, feel united in our care, our passion, our students. And I'm glad to work here, glad to represent that strong community briefly here at the stage. I think every year when I get to introduce the faculty speaker about why students chose that individual, I don't get to actually know why students chose that individual. They don't tell me, but I get to kind of imagine what they were thinking, why they were drawn to this individual. And I think students chose Conrad specifically because he is such a strong part of this community and has fostered a sense of community at all levels. Many of you know that Conrad was a student here. He was a strong member of our FRC community, but he's been a member of the Quincy community much more broadly for many years. He's returned to Quincy and he's led his soccer programs to great heights, but also really worked hard to make sure that those students were part of this special community, that they delivered on their potential to make this a better place for each other and for all of us who work here and all the students who get to attend this school. And it hasn't been that many years, really. Yeah, gosh, it hasn't been that many years. He's done so much in a short period of time. He is a tireless leader of the programs he runs, but he's also just a tireless member of this community, constantly finding ways to give and to motivate his students to do the same. So, it's my honor and my privilege to welcome Conrad Gooley to the microphone as this year's commencement speaker.
Thank you, Derek, for the kind introduction. Good afternoon, everyone. Before I get started, I can relate to the world that you've been in the last 2 years, in a sense of ChatGPT. When I found out I had to do this speech, I was like, Will, what do I do? And Will was like, just have a start, an end, and a finish. And then I went to Joan Jarrett, who was my speech teacher, like some of you, and I realized how stressed you probably were in this last week trying to present a speech. Then here we are, the best I got. Okay, to our faculty, staff, coaches, families, friends, and most of all, to the Feather River College class of 2025. Congratulations. I'm deeply honored and grateful to stand here before you today, but before I was up here, I was out there, right where you are. Same cap, same gown, same nerves, same excitement, the same disbelief that the moment had finally arrived. Let me start with this. You belong here. You earned this. And if you're feeling a mix of pride and uncertainty right now, you're not alone. But here's what I know for sure. What you've gained here goes far beyond a degree. When I walked out those doors at graduation, I realized just how deeply this place and its people shaped me. I still have Sarah Ricky telling me you better come back and be a coach today. She planted a seed for me. People like the McCarthys, some of the OGs I refer to them as, were there from the beginning. Katie Desmond believed in me when I doubted my academic ability. Joan Jarrett proofread every one of my essays for 2 years. And Juan, he put us back together like a lot of you athletes. but the list can go on. There's a lot of people here that have impacted us. They all taught me something I carry with me every day. Who you are is more important than what you do. Because who you are, your character, is made up of your thoughts, your habits, and your daily choices. Character is what shows up when no one is watching. It's how you treat people who can offer you anything in return. It's the decisions you make when it would be easy to cut corners or walk away. Your talent might open doors, but your character is what keeps you in the room. It's what builds trust, earns respect, and creates a legacy. At FRC, many of you have already shown that, what it means to live with integrity. To lead by example, to lift others up, and to do the right thing even when it's hard. That's the kind of character the world needs, and that's what you're taking with you today. Today I want to leave you with 2 powerful truths that have shaped my journey, both as a student and now as a coach who came back. First, relationships are everything. When people ask me why I came back to Feather River College, my answer is simple: the people. Long after your textbooks are closed and your student ID has expired, the people will stay with you. The ones who believed in you, who checked in on you when you went quiet, who pushed you to grow. In your career, your relationships will matter more than your resume. People won't just remember what you did, they'll remember how you made them feel. Your kindness, your honesty, your willingness to show up are the things that will open doors. So don't go after success alone, but build your circle. Invest in people. Find those who make you better. There we go. I knew I'd lose it at some point. And be someone who lifts others. Second, don't be afraid to be vulnerable. I know vulnerability isn't a word you hear often from coaches. We're trained to talk about tolerance. All those things matter. But we grow not by pretending to have it all together, but by letting others in. Vulnerability isn't a weakness. It's a real courage that begins. It's where connection happens. It's the true foundation of true leadership. The world will try to convince you that you have to be perfect, that you need to know exactly where you're going, but you don't. What you need is to stay real, stay connected, keep showing up, even when it's hard. That's the strength you found here. Feather River College, especially, not just because it gave you an education, it gave you a community. And that's something you get to carry with you forever. Quincy will always welcome you back, like you never left. Just like my host family did when I got stuck during COVID as an international, halfway through my master's degree, and they opened their home up again to me, without hesitation. I'm forever grateful for that moment. So don't forget this place. Come back, say hello to those who helped shape you. And as you head into your next chapter, whether it's a job, a new school, or chasing a dream, carry these lessons with you. Build relationships, lead with courage, even when it means being vulnerable. Class of 2025, I'm so proud of you. Not just for making it to this day, but for everything it took to get here. The late nights, the setbacks, the quiet wins no one saw, but you've already proven you can rise. Now go be the leader who lifts others. Build teams, families, communities where people feel like they belong. Now go be the kind of leader and go be the reason someone else believes they can. Congratulations, graduates. You're ready. Thank you.
Mike makes me a little nervous. Move that back there a little bit. All right, good afternoon. I'm Carly McCarthy, the Vice President of Student Services, and it's my pleasure to introduce our student speakers representing the class of 2025. This year, we have 2 phenomenal students, Maya Can and Callum Harvey, and they will be speaking together. Today, Maya is earning an Associate of Arts in General Studies and Behavioral Sciences, and Callum is earning an Associate of Science transfer degree in business administration. Both Maya and Callum are graduating today with highest honors as scholar athletes and as members of the Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society. Maya and Callum have been actively involved in student leadership. Maya is the ASFRC Vice President and the student delegate for the California Community College Student Senate. She's also been a team captain for indoor and beach volleyball. Callum has been an active student ambassador and a reliable student employee in the Eagles Perch Cafe. He's brought positive energy to the soccer program and to the classroom. Maya's hometown is Chico, California, and she came to FRC for the volleyball program, where she's had a very successful experience, as you've all heard about today, but that includes making it to 4 state championships in 2 years and winning 2 titles. She's also received numerous accolades, including All Conference and All NorCal. Maya will be transferring to CSU Monterey Bay in the fall, where she will pursue a biology degree as she works her way toward becoming a veterinarian. Callum came to FRC all the way from Risley, England to play soccer and pursue higher education. He will be transferring to Seton Hall University in New Jersey, where he will study finance and wealth management as he works his way toward becoming a certified financial advisor. Both Callum and Maya have been outstanding members of the FRC community, and the work ethic and leadership skills that they've demonstrated here will serve them well in all their future endeavors. Please join me in welcoming your student speakers, Maya Can and Callum Hart.
Good afternoon, students, faculty, staff, coaches, family, and friends. Thank you for joining us today. When we first arrived in Quincy, I'm sure we all thought, how did we even end up here? Personally, I wasn't quite sure what to expect from a college that probably has more courses than students, and more grocery stores than places to eat.
Exactly. We all came from different walks of life, yet we all from a small town and now find ourselves sitting shoulder to shoulder with one another. When people ask where we're from and we respond with Quincy, most people give us a puzzled look, but what they don't know is that our town welcomes students who are returning after a break from their schooling, students whose lives are the sports they play, students who are born and raised in small towns, and students from across the pond.
Yeah, we all ended up in the same place, Quincy, California. This tiny college in the middle of nowhere, with patchy Wi-Fi, unpredictable weather, and somehow both sunburns and freezing cold mornings in the same week. But the thing about being in the middle of nowhere is that it forces you to think outside the box.
We had to find our own way of life. We learned to build a community, not just through our clubs or study groups, but over bonfires that somehow lasted longer than our sleep schedules, and driving on the back roads where you truly got to know your people.
We found friendship in shared struggles, like how to write a 5-page paper in one night and make it look like you started 2 weeks ago. And for me, trying to find a ride to the store every single week. We found joy in the little things, the perch food, astronomy class, and the unexpected snow days that turned campus into a winter playground.
Quincy, California, for its size, gave us unsizable friendships. Because of its close quarters and seemingly the constant thought of there's nothing to do, gave us friends that can't compare to any others. The bonds we make here are stronger than any other, and we have this place to thank for that. Without this idea of having nothing to do here, it has made our relationships with each other that much stronger.
Remember our first snowstorm, classes cancelled, cars stuck, and all my international teammates thinking the world was over. We learned pretty quickly that it's just something to expect, and that you should always have someone there just in case you get stuck. But now look at us. We've made it through alongside a toolbox full of lessons we didn't even know we were picking up along the way.
Snow in Quincy is something I will never forget. My team was practicing in this gym, and Sarah let us all go look at the snow because for some of us it was first time seeing snowfall. Everyone on campus made it such a magical event because even if it wasn't your first time, everyone seemed to be next to someone who had never seen snow before. therefore making it feel like their first time seeing the fluffy white snow as well. It's funny how this place can make everyone come together so easily with equally different and similar experiences.
Small town life has taught us that it's not about how big the place is, it's about how big your impact can be. We were more than just a number here. Whether you were on a sports team, president of a club, or just always showed up with a smile, you made this place better.
Change can be scary, but if we let the fear eat away at us, we won't be able to look forward to the possibilities of the future. One thing I've learned here is to say yes to as many opportunities as possible. A year ago, if you asked me to get on stage and do this speech, I would have asked you if you were out of line.
I chose to take speech online at the start of this semester due to a fear of public speaking. Thank you. Over our time here, we've learned to adapt, to speak up, to ask questions, to fail and try again. Oh, I've lost it as well. We've done the work and put in the hours, even when we didn't want to. And now we're here at graduation. We chose to show up again and again.
To our families, thank you for believing in us, especially when we didn't believe in ourselves. Thank you for the late night phone calls, the encouragement, the care packages, and the "you got this" texts when we really needed them. To our teachers and staff, thank you for pouring so much into this campus, for staying after class, for offering second chances, and for treating us not just like students, but like people with stories, struggles, and dreams.
To each other, classmates, teammates, roommates, and co-workers, we never failed to show up for each other. Even when we're on the line at 6 a.m. or running suicides in this gym on a Sunday night, we gave our strength when we needed it the most. That's what makes this day so special. Not just that we're here graduating, but who we're here graduating with.
Here's to the town where we thought there was nothing to do, but come to find out there was everything to learn. To the shared struggle of walking up that giant hill just to get to class where you question your fitness. And to always having each other's back, even when it meant Thomas threatening to kick us out of the soccer games. And to the hard nights where we doubted if we'd make it to this day.
We all proved that the no can actually be the beginning of somewhere incredible. Because the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, but the second best time is now. It's not about when or where you start, it's the fact that you actually did it and made it here to graduation together. Thank you.
Of announcing this year's recipients of the California State Assembly Award of Excellence. These are also printed in the program. Faculty were asked to nominate students for this prestigious award, which is based on academic excellence, perseverance, outstanding achievement, overcoming adversity, and achievement of goals. Senator Megan Dolly has accepted the nominations and provided a certificate of recognition for each student. The names of these programs, as I mentioned, are printed in your program. Please hold your applause until students are recognized, and students please stand as your name is called. For agriculture, Jenna May Bindings. Biology, Heaney. Ivo Bendowski. Early childhood education, Megan Lenhart. You can stay standing if you'd like. For English, Hillman. Environmental Studies, Talia Hydrick. Equine and Ranch Management, Madeline Goff. Equine Studies, Madeline Anderson. Health and Exercise Studies, Zane Pedersen. History, Juniper Halston. Kinesiology, Trace Patterson. Mathematics, Michael Hopkins. Outdoor Recreation Leadership, Juan Perez. Studio Art. So please stand again so we can congratulate all of you together. generous scholarships for academically talented students in the fields of biology, environmental science, geology, math, and physical science. STEM scholars are nationally recognized and considered to be future leaders in science and technology. This year, the program is graduating 2 scholars, Will Trent Cash and Jesse Briggs. Please stand to be recognized. Congratulations to all of our scholars.
Okay, next we're going to recognize students who performed exceptionally well in their studies here at FRC. So I'm going to ask 3 groups of students to stand together. We'll applaud and then we'll recognize the next group. So the first group that I'd like to recognize, I'm going to ask all graduates with 2 green cords designating a GPA of 3.2 to 3.39 to please stand and be recognized. Now graduates with 1 gold and 1 green cord with a GPA of 3.4 to 3.59, please stand and be recognized. Okay, finally, graduates with 2 gold cords who achieved a GPA of 3.6 to 4.0, please stand and be recognized. Okay, now we move into the reason we're all here. We're going to begin to actually award degrees. So I'm going to just read a couple of quick notes so we understand the process here. There's an area to my right, your left, that's designated for photos that can be taken after the ceremony. We have photographers who are going to be capturing photos as graduates walk across the stage. Those photos will be available on our FRC website, so you don't need to rush the stage to try to get a close-up photo. We're going to be taking them for you and make them available after the Okay. President Trutna and members of the Feather River Community College District Board of Trustees. On my recommendation and that of the faculty, after certification by Director of Admissions and Records of having completed their courses of study, I take pleasure in presenting to you these Feather River College students who are entitled to receive the bachelor's degrees, associate degrees, and certificates. The graduates earning bachelor's degrees will process first and will be followed by those earning associate degrees and certificates.
Can you hear that? Is that working? Madeline Jean Ann Goss. Bench management. She'd like to thank her teachers, friends, and family for supporting her academic journey. Emily, her she'd like and perfect who believed in me. Okay. Macy Elizabeth Fowler, BS Equine and Ranch Management, AS Equine Studies Horse Training, PTK. She's headed again for an equine summer camp. Chloe Ann Brogdon, ES Equine and Ranch Management, AS Equine Studies and Horse Training, AS University Studies Agriculture, highest honors. She'd like to thank her family and equine instructors. Madeline Nicole Anderson, ES Branch Management, AS Equine Studies Horse Training, AS University Studies Agriculture, highest honors. She'd like to thank her professors, family, and friends. Anna Catherine Wren. She'd like to thank Susanna Campbell, Russell Reed, Crystal Anderson, and Claire Gannay. Morgan Alexandra James, and Ranch Management, AS University Studies Agriculture, Certificate in Fuels Tech, General Agriculture, and Honors. She wants to thank her friends, family, and teachers. Madeline Rose Rumble, ES and Ranch Management. She'd like to thank her family, friends, and coaches here at FRC. Joseph Froze, and Ranch Management, AS University Studies Ag. Joseph Glenrose, BS. He'd like to and all his buddies. Joseph Harvey, Administration, PSU Gen Ed, Accounting, Economics, General Business, highest honors, PTK, and a scholar athlete. Maya Quinn Can. Behavioral science, highest honors, PK, scholar athlete. She'd like to thank her family, friends, and coaches. Irene Ryan, scholar athlete. She'd like to thank her family, friends, and coaches. Linda, AA Studio Arts. She wouldn't be here if it wasn't for her daughter, Allie. Alyssa Elizabeth Clover, Administration of Justice, HUD. She's going to San Jose State for her bachelor's and master's in forensic science. Leah Elizabeth, AS Biology. She thanks her parents and professors, especially Aaron O'Connor and Anna Thompson. Julian Science, AS Biology, highest honors, ETK, she'd like to thank her friends, family, and fiance Logan. Environmental science, AS, biology, highest honors, PTA. He'd like to thank his family and his fiance Julia. Mackenzie Ellen Bradley, Social and Behavioral Science, Certificate CSU Gen Ed, High Honors, Scholar Athlete. She thanks her family and friends. Jessica Ellen Calloway, AA Business, Certificate in Accounting, Economics, General Business, Small Business. She's a scholar athlete, and she thanks God, family, and her friends. Linda Lorraine Means, Early Childhood Education, Certificate, Associate Teacher, Master Teacher, Creative Curriculum, High Honors, PTK, and she thanks Jaden, Zayden, and Alina. Thanks to Kimberlyn and Merle. Megan M. Lenhart, AA Early Childhood Education, Certificate in Administration of Early Childhood Ed, Associate Teacher, Early Childhood Ed, Master Teacher, Creative Curriculum, and Teacher. She graduates with high honors. She thanks Matt Ember and Kyra West for their love and support, and to Kimberly. Talia M. Heydrich, AS Environmental Studies, Certificate in Forestry Technician, Fire and Fuels Tech, highest honors, PTK. She's starting a career in Resource Natural Management. To eat now. General Studies, Social and Behavioral Science, Scholar Athlete. The Doing Coy. Social and Behavioral Science, Certificate, CSU General Ed, Honors, and Scholar Athlete. Christine Bacot, Social and Behavioral Science, Eva Hope Jarman, Biology, Rodeo, Oklahoma State. Newman, Social and Behavioral Sciences, thank you. Johnny Sky Lewis, AA Administration of Justice. He's headed to the California Department of Corrections. Thanks for the efforts. Jesse E. Riggs, AF Biology and STEM Scholar. He'd like to thank the FRC staff and his grandparents, as well as all those who supported him. Chance Henry Pimentel, AS University Studies Agriculture. He'd like to thank parents, friends, and his coach, Zach Brown. Haley E. Hicks, AS University Studies in Agriculture, High Honors, Scholar Athlete. She's transferring into a Bachelor's in Ranch Management program here at FRC. Jenna G. Bridges, AAT Studio Arts, Certificate CSU General Education, highest honors. She wants to thank her dad for keeping her motivated. Blake J. Bridges, AST Business Administration, Certificate in CSU General Ed, Economics, Accounting, highest honors. He wants to thank his dad and FRC faculty. Alex C. Lopez, Business Administration, Certificate General Business, highest honors, PTK, and God, her fathers and brothers. Haley Brianna Murphy, AST Business Administration, AA General Studies, Social and Behavioral Science, Certificate in Accounting and Economics. She'd like to thank her parents, her fiance Daniel, and Richard State Farm team. Crystal M. Fairbanks, Certificate in Economics, teacher, General Business, Honors, PTK. Thanks. Sarah Raylan Castillo, AST Administration of Justice, Certificate Forensic Crime Scene Investigation, CSU Gen Ed, highest honors. Thanks to her mom and her sister and other family who supported her. Mia Claire Gridley, AST Administration of Justice, honors. I'd like to thank my favorite professor, Ms. Piper, for teaching me so much. Brooklyn Jenna Beret, AA General Studies, Social and Behavioral Science, Scholar Athlete. I'd like to thank my family and God. Giselle Jasmine Hamilton, AAT Certificate, CS Honors, Scholar Athlete. She'd like to thank God, family, and her coaches. Anel Marquise Thomas, AA General Studies, Social and Behavioral Science, highest honors, PTK, Scholar Athlete. He thanks God, my family, and friends. Juan M. Perez, AA Outdoor Recreation Leadership, Certificate Outdoor Recreation Leadership, highest honors, PTK, Scholar Athlete. He'd like to thank his staff and his girlfriend, Valerie. Paige Mac, AA General Studies, Social and Behavioral Science, high honors, Scholar Athlete. She'd like to thank her family, friends, and coaches. Mia Claire Rossman, AA General Studies, Social and Behavioral Science, Certificate in CSU Gen Ed, highest honors, Scholar Athlete. She thanks her family, friends, and coaches. Brecken McKay Shirley, AAT in Studio Arts, high honors, PK. She's already pursuing her Bachelor of Fine Arts at CSU Sacramento. Trista Rose Evans, AAT English, highest honors, PTK. She's currently pursuing her bachelor's in English at Portland. Abigail environmental studies. She thanks her parents for helping and always supporting her. Sean Paul Tillman, AAT in English, high honors. He'd like to Dr. Lombardi and Nikki Brooks. Amanda Rose Cortez, AA in Sociology, certificate, CSU Gen Ed. She thanks her mom, beautiful kids, Maddie, Colby, and Eli. Rachel Leanne Husser, AA Outdoor Recreation Leadership, honors. She thanks her mom and grandparents. Mary Rieska, certificate in studies, fundamentals of horse training, fundamentals of ranch skills, high honors. She thanks her friends and teachers. Maisie Grace Emma Schwartz, AS Equine Studies, Ranch Equine Studies, fundamentals of horse training. She thanks her family and friends. Elsie Madison Serger, certificate in equine studies. She thanks her families and friends. Isabel Deanne Whitten, AS Equine Studies, Ranch Skills, high honor. She thanks her family, Susanna Campbell, Claire Ganay, and friends. Avery Genevieve Hansen, AS University Studies. She's transferring into the FRC Bachelor's program. Zoe May Smith, highest honors. She's transferring to UNR to study rangeland ecology. Anna Lynn McFarland, AM horse training, scholar athlete. Thanks her mom for supporting her. Melanie Ann General Studies, Social and Behavioral Science. She would like to thank her nonies. Apollonia S. AA General Studies, Social and Behavioral Science, Certificate, Associate Teacher, highest honors, PTK. She says thank you to her grandparents and 2 beautiful children. Trent Sean Cash, AS Biology honors. He'd like to thank the hatchery and biology department. Aaron Matthew Reed, AA General Studies, Social and Behavioral Science. He thanks his wife and daughter. Tesla Retzloff, AA General Studies, Social and Behavioral Science, highest honors, PTK. She thanks her parents and her daughters, Willow and Nellie. Brandon Henry Ryan James, AS University Studies Agriculture, He'd like to thank his family and friends. Ethan David Miller, AAT Kinesiology, AA General Studies, Social and Behavioral Science, Certificate, CSU Gen Ed, highest honors, scholar athlete. He thanks his family for all their support. Braden Schneider, AS Physical Science, high honors, PTK, scholar athlete. He'd like to thank his parents. Shane Allen Dan, studies agriculture, high honors, scholar athlete. He thanks God, his family, and his coaches. Zane Everett Denton, AST Business Administration, honors, scholar athlete. He thanks his friends and family. Rocco Caleb Crow, AST Business Administration, Certificate in Economics and Accounting, highest honors, scholar. Thanks, Mom and Dad. Dylan Marks, AA General Studies, Social and Behavioral Science, Certificate, CSU Gen Ed, Accounting, Economics, highest honors, scholar athlete. He thanks his family, coaches, and friends. With Paige Allen, AS Health and Exercise Science, highest honors, scholar athlete. He's attending Fresno State. Michael James Hopkins, ASD Mathematics honors, scholar athlete. Thanks to my family, friends, and teammates. Justin Ross Robinson, AA General Studies, Social and Behavioral Honors, scholar athlete. Thank you, Mom and Dad. And Janet Kokesh, AA General Studies, Social and Behavioral Science. She wants to thank her gratitude for her husband, Peter. Jasmine Martinez Mellon, AA General Studies, Social and Behavioral Science, Certificate, CSU Gen Ed. Thanks to my family and friends and my mom for always being there. Miro Nadi, AAT Social Justice Studies, highest honors, PTK, scholar athlete. Thanks to all the new people I consider my family. Elise Josephine Bauer, AAT Anthropology, honors, scholar athlete. She wants to thank her coaches for the opportunity to play. Trace Anthony Patterson, AAT Kinesiology, highest honors, scholar athlete. Thanks to my dad and Coach Goulet. Abby Gail Folkman, honors, PTA, scholar athlete. She'd like to thank Avery Lynn Cuccinelli, AA Justice, highest honor, PTK, scholar athlete. Thanks to my family. Armando Emmanuel Fernandez, AST Business Certificate in Accounting, Economics, General Business, highest honors, PTK, Scholar Athlete. Giselle Emmanuel Flores, AAT, Social Work Services, highest honors, PTK, Scholar Athlete. Felix Oliver Fountain, AS Health and Exercise Science, highest honors, PTK, Scholar Athlete. Thanks family, coaches, and teammates. Ryan Jai Tucoris, AST Business Administration Certificate in CSU Gen Ed, Accounting, Economics, General Business, highest honor, Scholar Athlete. He thanks his mom and his coach Conrad. Zane John Pedersen, in exercise science, highest honors, PTK, Scholar Athlete. He thanks his family, coaches, teammates, and Juan Nunez. Omar Yearwood, AS Health and Exercise Science, highest honor, Scholar Athlete. Thanks to my family and host family. Ivo Fendowski, AST Business Administration, Certificate in CSU Gen Ed, Accounting, Economics, General Business Honors, Scholar Athlete. Thanks to family, coaches, teammates, and FRC staff. Kieran Glenn Heaney, CSU Gen Ed. He thanks his teachers for their patience and support.
Before we read this last name, I have a special announcement. There's one student that's incarcerated that is graduating tonight, Karen Locke. If you see that little slit up there, there's a camera. We're live here on Facebook. When Dr. Lombardi reads his name on this whole place to erupt, because this person got their degree while in prison. That's a hell of an accomplishment.
Starvana Smith, AA Administrative.
Candidates, please stand for the conferring of your degree. By the power vested in me by the Feather River College District Board of Trustees, I hereby confer Science, Associate of Arts, Certificate of Specialization, and Academic Honors with all rights and privileges thereto pertaining. You may now move your tassel from right to left, signifying new status. Trustees, honored guests, members of the faculty, family, and friends, I present the Feather River College class of 20. join your favorite faculty member and thank them. At the conclusion of the ceremony, everybody is invited to a reception out on the lawn. We will have a reception all out of the building. I'm asking the platform party on the line and greet the graduates. This is the faculty's recognition of the graduates and an opportunity for these students to acknowledge the members of the faculty, mentors, and friends. We ask that the audience remain seated for a brief moment. You join your graduate at the conclusion of the reception line. Thank you. Congratulations, graduates.